When you run the numbers on mining profitability, you can't help but look at Dogecoin mining. And one thing that really stands out for Doge miners are mini Doge miners. And I'm not talking specifically about the gold shell models. There's just a lot of small Dogecoin mining rigs that earn more than they burn, making it probably the most approachable form of crypto mining, where you can earn reliable and just basically profitable rewards. If you want to do mini Bitcoin mining, you're basically solo mining, which I'm a big proponent of, but it's not quite the same. It's all risk and potential huge reward, as opposed to smaller risk and moderate reward. I'm VoskCoin, the VoskCoin YouTube channel. Let's dig into the latest Dogecoin miner releases. There's a lot that can mine some of them Dogecoins. Check the stats. Mining Now profitability calculator that supports the channel. F yeah. We look at just Doge here. Click that icon here at the top. It's running at 9 cents per kilowatt hour, which is my ever increasing electricity rate. I know. Need to put up solar or something, get the cost down. I know. That's just trying to find some time. But everybody's always got an excuse. Me too, huh? Anyway, big Dogecoin miners coming out on the hydro front. So some big mining farms are looking to get some serious Doge hash rate. Well, it's available in a new form, bigger than and more powerful than ever before. The most notable new powerful miners, right? The D3, DG2 Plus. They're not any more interesting than the L11 and especially L11 Pro by Bitmain. But what they are doing is they're increasing the competition. And that's going to drive prices down. But they're going to release more miners, which is going to drive profits down. There's also the new DG2 Mini, which is an interesting release, 2.4 gigahash a second. So it's more powerful and about 50% more efficient almost than the DG Home 1 that came out not all that long ago. So I doubt that anyone's really made their money back on the DG Home 1, but congratulations, there's a new, better miner model for you. That gets old. This is ASIC Marketplace. They help make VoskCoin videos possible. And they've got some of the most competitive ASIC miner reseller deals in the game. So if you like VoskCoin's videos, and you want to support the channel, and you want to have a good experience, check out ASIC Marketplace, link out below, and more importantly, use code VoskCoin to save some coin. And make sure to subscribe. We'll have another video talking about the new A16 series of the Canon Avalon Bitcoin miners, which I'm pretty excited about. Under the ElphaPex DG2, we have placeholder pricing, probably true, probably accurate, around $1,000 per machine, right? So 2.4 gigahash a second at 530 watts. You know, compared to historical factors, it's a good deal, or no? It packs a punch for the size, and based on the leaked pictures, it looks like it has an integrated power supply, which I really like, I really appreciate, as long as it's a good one. Enter the latest big boy, the VolcMiner D3. So this Q1 delivery, $8,200 before coupon code, 20 gigahash at 3580 watts. Instead, you could buy the ElphaPex DG2 Plus and get that delivered sooner, right? But it would cost you 11 grand, right? 20.5 gigahash at 3,900 watts. So how does that shake out, right? I mean, this thing is gonna mine 20 bucks a day. It would cost me $8.42 a day to run, so I would pocket $12. So over a year, I would make $4,300. You think that it's not worth a couple grand for me to wait, right? Maybe I'll get some coin, maybe Doge will skyrocket, maybe it'll go the other direction. ElphaPex is just consistently greedy with their pricing, and Doge mining, like the risk versus reward, has never been worse. These miners show consistent returns, but it's just so obvious that ElphaPex is going to make as many ASIC miners as they possibly can. So is VolcMiner, and guess what? So is Fluminer, and so is Bitmain. So based on those two, I'm taking the D3 over the ElphaPex miner every day. And I have multiple Volc miners and multiple ElphaPex miners in my mining farm. And they have similar build quality. I would take Bitmain's L11 series over both of these because I get a pretty much guaranteed January delivery for the $8,000 to $9,000 range, 20 gigahash, 3680 watts there, and I get Bitmain's warranty support, which has been massively hit or miss. I just sent some S21 XPs in, got them back quickly, good experience, 3 of them, right? 2 different locations. but other miners have taken months, and then my nightmare case took over a year. So there's a huge variance here. And then there's this weird guy that falls right in between. 4449 L3, 1,700 watts, 9.5 gigahash a second. My Fluminers have been okay. The second one was better than the first one. It's, you know, pretty efficient, pretty profitable, all things considered, right? When we go back to the Doge miners and we go to the Fluminer L3, we see it has best-in-class efficiency, right? That's the same efficiency rating as the L11 and the VolcMiner D3. And I guess I should not say best-in-class. The Pro slightly outclasses it there, but, you know, a negligible amount. I think also with this new generation of Volc miners, we will see another small Volc miner. They called it their, I don't know why, their Mini Pre. But if you look at the Mini Pre, that you can buy right now for around $1,000 if it's in stock. 2.2 gigahash, 500 watts, 0.23 joules megahash efficiency. Right, so ElphaPex hasn't reinvented anything. The DG2 Mini is basically just the equivalent to the mini VolcMiner that came out many months ago. And VolcMiner is likely to release a new mini miner that's better than both of these. And it's not going to be significantly better just based on where all the efficiency falls. But I think it's another big miss by ElphaPex. But we'll see. We go to Bitmain, we look at the source. What do their future orders look like? Right, so you can order the L11 from them, and if you buy in bulk, we're talking pricing towards $8,000 a unit. So remember that you probably will pay 30% tariffs on these. So at a glance, sometimes the prices look better. They normally end up worse by the time they actually hit my door, and duties are ridiculous here in the US of A. Still, I have much better experience with miner resellers there. So this is the current Dogecoin mining landscape, and basically, right, I'm buying an L11 right now if I want a full-size miner. And if I want to take a gamble that the D3s deliver earlier than later in Q1, they're actually going to be the best buy. The worst full-size Dogecoin miner buy right now, by far, is ElphaPex. If I'm looking at the smaller Dogecoin miners, right, I can get a D1 Mini Pre, which is not very different from this new DG Home, for like $1,000. And the coupon code may or may not work on that based on that price point. And they have other smaller coupons that sometimes work if our code doesn't work. So, you know, that brings me back to the Fluminer, and it really kind of depends on your goals, your budget. For example, we're looking at these small Doge miners that do around 2 gigahash, right? And you could spend 2 to 2.5x, and you could 3x your hash rate, or you could spend 4x, right? And almost 5x your hash rate with this L3. Again, like, debatable build quality. I also have a review of the L2. I'm not sure if we're gonna finish editing this video or that video first, but the miner, it's surprisingly cool, it's surprisingly funny, and it's surprisingly a good speaker. And I was a huge hater of it, but I actually think it's really cool. And you know what it is? It's fun, and it's different, and it's weird, and it's retro, and it's honestly on brand for what Doge, basically the OG meme coin, is and should be. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm a fan of that. At the time of recording this, we're basically looking at 20 cents a coin per Doge. It's up only 10% in the last year. It's been a pretty lackluster performer. It was just taken off November, December of last year, right? So all hope's not gone to see that come back this year, as if this just simply happens like some sort of like cyclical calendar event. But we haven't seen a true alt season for this cycle. Will we? I don't know, but gosh dang, I sure do hope so. Even if Doge just touched its old all-time high, which happened over 4 years ago now, 74%, it's down 74% from there. A lot of the easy money makers have just been Bitcoin stocks. You look at BitDeer is an interesting, unique opportunity there over the last year, up 135%. I think that one has a lot of room to run, right? And remember, I own pretty much everything I talk about all the time. Like if I'm talking about making videos, I probably like it based on my research. Or I tell you I hate it, I don't have it, right? So I got Doge, miners. I bought BitDeer after I made my updated review on it. I bought Canon stock after crapping on it. previously, and then doing updated research and be like, what am I doing? I'm missing out on this here. And it was looking really good. And I was wondering if it was going to take off here not too long ago. And me trying to make sure I didn't miss the boat. I'm actually down on both of my buys, but I don't give a f. I may just sink another buy and get my my average down, because this is a really low valuation of a Bitcoin centric company. 638 million, right? We look at things like Bitdeer trading at 5 billion, Bitdeer making better miners, more miners, it seems like, really big miners announced on the horizon. Big self-mining endeavor, not quite, but that's almost like a 10x in market cap difference. So that's sort of interesting. And Cannon's re-entering the game with their new series, so that's cool. Speaking of Bitcoin stocks, TeraWolf plans a 500 million $500 million convertible note following the AI expansion with Fluid Stack. That's cool. I'm a Wolf owner. I told you about it when it was a fraction of what it costs now. CleanSpark, same situation on that. Acquires land and power in Texas. Pull the old footage. Look at the old prices when we talked about this years ago. In Texas for AI data center push beyond Bitcoin. HPC AI, I'm here for it. I'm a hodler, baby. Let's go. Take me to the promised land. And finally, I ask myself, though, to round everything out, if I buy these Dogecoin miners or not, right? And I pretty much settle on the L11 or the L11 Pro based on the pricing and availability. I'm looking at the L11. It makes the numbers a little worse. So we're looking at $20 a day. Cost me $8, $12. Projected to earn $4,400 over the next year, or $7,300 before electricity, right? So at that price point, I could basically buy two S21 XPs. And these are very expensive per terahash Bitcoin miners. They're the best efficiency you can buy at the time of recording this, but there's better miners across the board coming out over the next year that will be on par with this. This will be at the low end of the incoming new de facto current generation, but it's at the absolute top of the existing current generation of Bitcoin miners, if that makes sense, based on the efficiency. So $4,800 or $2,000. So just think about that. So I can buy two of these, right? And my annual projection would be nearly $10,000. Or I can buy one of these, and my annual projection is $7,250. The estimated profit, which it won't shake out this way for better or worse, $4,400, right? Or I have two of these and it's around $4,000. For me, it's a no-brainer. Like unless you think Doge is going to trade significantly higher over the next year or two, whatever your target here is. Like I'm looking at more Bitcoin miners, and I guess people cheering for me or giving me crap, call me more and more of a Bitcoin maxi these days. Bro, you ain't lying. 270 terahash a second per solo luck Bitcoin solo mining calculator from our squad. 1 in 78 chance here to make it happen. 354 USD if you hit it. A 1 in 28,000 chance per day. Flipping over some more miners to solo mining Bitcoin, and of course I'm always pool mining Bitcoin here as well, and I'm itching more and more. Look at this, look at that thing go, my star, my absolute stud of a mining rig. Keep going. Is that an S23? 'Cause you're acting like it, my man. So got some more gear back today, hooked it up. Things are rolling the right direction, generally speaking, after some minor capitulation, sad stuff. Other videos on that incoming soon. But this is a snapshot of the Bitcoin pool mining situation. And of course, I'm mining Doge. Doge is my second biggest mining footprint here on the VoskCoin mining endeavor. We can see I have all these different Doge miners deployed right now, 15 online. I have a couple on a couple of different mining pools there as well, and some smaller, older mini Doge stuff, but it puts me at like 128 or 126 gigahash on here on this pool. And it depends, but that's maybe more or less like $100 a day, 120 in Dogecoin mining. That's off the top of my head. So hey, I'm VoskCoin on the VoskCoin YouTube channel. This is 10 Seconds Tales. I appreciate you. Good luck. Let me know your thoughts if you're buying a Dogecoin miner, which one and why, or you're keeping it Bitcoin centric. See you later.